Hello and welcome back to episode 15 of Space Engineers Keeping It Real with Strix. I don't have that much sunlight left. I do have enough platinum refined to be able to get my utility vessel up and running. And I've got this large cargo container I'm preparing to drop off everything that's in my mining ship. So I need to go and get silver and uranium in what little time that I have, so I can finish up my reactor that I started up in between episodes. There we go. That's the ones on my mining ship. These are the ones on my building ship. So this one is the one on the base, 421,000 liters, yep. So let's go ahead and grab this, hide empty. I just move everything over here because that cargo container will have enough room for all of this iron. I should probably also check my refinery, see what they're doing. Working on iron, a bit more platinum. Small cargo 3 is where I'm stuffing all of my ingots. I needed 18.6 platinum to get those thrusters all operational on this. I just went ahead and threw down their ghosts. And need the silver because sitting on 100 reactor components required for my small warfare reactor to make sure that I can get through the night. So let's see. I already have the silver opened up. And that's going to be out this way. I went ahead and put on my... Oh, I have dampers off. That's why I'm drifting. Went ahead and put on a camera for myself to be able to see better while flying. And I've got all the thrusters on here finished now. So it actually has pretty good speed overall. Great acceleration. Which is a good thing. I also had to put down a kitchen because I was running out of water. So got a bunch of that made. I do believe I have found uranium and marked it already, so let's see, EPO. Actually, I have not. Nope, wait, right there. H2O and uranium. And I also have gold and uranium. So I've got a couple different places where I can go and get uranium from. Which I do believe is the absolute longest ore to cut down. It takes the longest time. And someone had pointed out I misspoke last episode. The speed modules do not reduce your income from the ore on the refinery. They do, however, screw your power, which is something I'm having severe problems with, so I can't quite do that yet. I also put lights on here so I can see. Just a bunch of downward facing floodlights put up on the top and in the front. The sad thing is, this silver and silicon over here is the closest silver I have out of the 3 silver deposits I have found, and it's still quite a ways off. But at least using my wife's machine, I can fly without a bunch of FPS drag and slowdown. Everything moves nice and smooth. And it's probably going to be about a month or so before I have my own machine operational again, from what it looks like. But at least I can use hers in the meantime. I'm so used to having speed mods on. 100 meters per second feels so very slow. And then, of course, I log into the Content Engineers server with the other Space Engineers content creators I hang out with. And we're using the relativistic speed mod. So the fastest my Apollodorus can travel is 80 kilometers per hour. It's like 81.3. And that's while it's empty. Just because of the mass of the ship. And I'll probably be working on Content Engineers a little bit this evening as well. And get that video out tomorrow. The way I tend to do things is the day you get it uploaded for you to watch is the day I have recorded the video. And if I'm having health problems or something, then this means I go days without videos. And then, of course, Sunday I have my tabletop game that I run for playtesting and fun and lore building. So it is pretty difficult for me to make videos on Sundays. So I'm thinking about trying to start doing a backlog of videos. I think that would be very beneficial for the channel itself. Alright, so it's inside the rock. Good thing this is capable of tunneling. So let's just get over here and tunnel in towards that silver I need. Now, technically, I am on the left side of my ship coming in here, so I just aim a little bit to the left of what it is I'm going after. And that should have me with the middle of my drill set aiming towards the middle of the silver. Almost there. Gotta stop every now and then so I can see. Dust in my face. Alright. 5 to just turn these on. I will be grabbing a lot of stone with it, but that's not a terrible thing. Apparently there is an interior to this asteroid that I hadn't seen a way into, but there it is. Keep an eye on my little cargo buddy down here. While that's mining, I just kind of want to come in here and look around. So there's just that little bit of silver there. I'm not seeing any more in here. Massive asteroid, teeny tiny little pathway through it. And very little silver, so I will definitely have to find more silver later, but this should actually be enough to get my reactor up and running, which is all I'm trying to do right this moment. Let's get back in here and move this forward some. How are the cargoes actually doing? So it's just filling the modulars right now. And I think I might actually have enough silver already, but I'm just going to go ahead and get a bit more. because I do have a large cargo container that will hold all of this stuff. Alright, that about looks like it. There's not a whole lot there. So apparently there's more silver upward, but this one is no longer showing up. So let's see if I can get back out of the hole. Fortunately, I have some lights that light up the reverse section here. The one's right behind the thrusters there. Alright, don't need the lights. Save a little bit on that power. Don't need my light on either. And let's go ahead and head back, and then I've got to go over to uranium while the silver is cutting down. That's actually not showing the entirety of the asteroid. And I know that my mark is actually just inside the lip of the asteroid. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm off from that mark a little bit. But yeah, I got all of the thrusters completely finished on here. It's got full H2 tanks and the hydrogen engines are full, which is good because the power problems at the base, I have not been recharging these batteries. That's not a bad amount of silver, but let's go ahead and move it all into a large cargo container. Not a carge, a large. Alright, empty. Let's move everything in here so I can get full counts. Let's just move things around here a little bit. So I've got 15.3 thousand silver and tons of ice. So this should actually have me covered for the reactor's needs. Let's go ahead and figure out where my next destination will be. We had the gold and uranium and the ice and uranium. Okay, so the ice and uranium is going to be the closer one. The gold and uranium is over near the comet that I found. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of the gold and uranium. And did I turn off the silver? Yeah. Okay, and go ahead and bend this back over a little bit. Now I'm able to see my Colony 1 parked outside and the solar panel. So that lets me know right where I need to come in at, which is right there. I'll be able to slow down and get myself right into the parking spot. And then take off after that uranium. As soon as I make sure that my refinery is full of silver to break down. Gotta have silver. I also need fluids. So I'm just going to leave this for a moment and we'll be directly back. This is why when you're sitting down to do something, you should probably prepare ahead of time. It does make things a lot easier. And I have drifted a bit towards the asteroid. Don't want that. Start my slow down. Fortunately, I do have the full 24-hour day length, so that will give me a little bit of time on this solar power, but not as much as I need to be able to keep working through the night. None of my batteries are charging with just the one solar panel, especially with me constantly working on the base. Uranium is the only answer. Okay, I'll come back on over here and park. I don't have very much in the down thruster department, just enough to be able to make it back up. Well, it helps if I'm somewhere around the right position. Whoop, little far, there we go. Then off to the right, and hope that the 6 down thrust are enough to get it. There we go. And just get all this tossed in here. That is an awful lot of stone. Goes through the refinery. Set that up. And small cargo 3. Put all these ingots in. Okay, so that's working on getting the 500 silver ingots I need for that. So back off we go. Well, at least this one's a little bit closer. Can't see the asteroid from this distance, but that's fine. Apparently, I need some sleep too. I'm starting to run low on that, below 60% already. At least I've got food and water covered on the ship. At some point, I'll have to go back down to the planet, but since I'm on a computer that actually works, that should be pretty easy to do. And makes me very glad that I haven't torn apart the Colony 1 yet, which was the original plan with the Colony 1. Ah, right. I also put in the small little armored wall on the front here that I said I was going to put, just to protect those very important things that are there. Don't want to lose my antenna or detector or my cargo buddies event controllers. Alright, about halfway there. So I've got a lot of people who are viewing these videos. Should I go ahead and put a speed mod in here and take jump drives off of the table? Because as it stands right now, I was keeping just 100 meters per second and going to use jump drives to fill in that gap. I'm not allowing myself any kind of gravity, artificial gravity devices. They make no sense. Not as they're shown here in any case. As far as I know, I'm not a physicist, I'm just a person who likes to study random crap all the time. The easiest way for us to make artificial gravity would be for us to make an artificial black hole. And I just don't think that the gravity generator they have here has a black hole in it. Not only that, if it did, not only would that be giving you artificial gravity in a way, it would also be a way for you to gain power for your ship. So that would actually be a really nice thing to have in Space Engineers. Why use uranium when you can just jettison trash into your black hole? Where exactly is the uranium here? Looks like potentially the other side, but let's go ahead and get in close just to see. Yep. Ice right above me. I've already got ice back on base because I was running out of that. And then in here somewhere we have the uranium. Really? I have the lights on. Why is that not working? Is it too far away? All right. Little difficult to get into, but not too bad. Let's just go ahead and get lots of uranium. It'll take forever to cut it down, but every little bit it cuts down keeps me alive that much longer on the outpost. Cargo buddy's happy because we're filling up his cargo holds. I actually need to set up my little windows in here. And the analog clock is nice. Lets everyone know that it's around 3:30 that I'm recording this. It takes so long to mine uranium. So long to mine it, so long to cut it down. I am going to go back into the GPS here and I'm going to label this as nice sized, so I remember to come back to this one, because I'm not going to be able to get a full cargo hold out of it at this time. I'm still trying to get back there and get that reactor built before the sun goes down on my asteroid. Playing on permadeath and such, no power is absolutely a surefire way to get into death. Okay, so that's about 15K. That will actually be pretty good, I think, for the time being, and I can come back for more as needed. Let's go ahead and slip out of here and go back home. And I'll just keep an eye on that this time. Wrong button. Always hitting wrong buttons. grab some water. So I thought the daily needs would make things a lot more difficult. It's actually not that bad. Just a little bit of iron and ice. You've got yourself covered with water. There is a small grid device that I could put on this or the Colony 1 where I could make food out of just gravel for emergency rations. It's not the greatest, but if I run out of meat, I've still got something to eat. I still need to find vegetables. I can, however, probably in the next couple episodes, as I'm working towards the mobile base, I should absolutely put a toilet and a composter in there and a mushroom farm. Because I'm sure there's something I can cook with just meat and mushrooms. I'll have to look at the kitchen when I get back. The slowness of 100 meters per second. Oh, whoa. When being zoomed in like that, all of your movements are so crazy. So we can see the entire base. I'm aiming straight for my parking spot. I'll just have to make sure I slow down enough to not fly into the outpost and wipe everything out. But with the large thrusters on here, it's a lot easier to slow down. Which is why I decided to go ahead and throw a pair of those on my utility vessel, which I still need a name for. Which of course means I'm probably going to be looking up famous builders in history. That's one of the primary ways I come up with names for my things, is just learning more about historical figures and borrowing their name. Such as the Linhart here, being named after a miner on the Alaskan Miners Association website. Hall of Fame, that's what a word I was looking for. And then my main ship on the Content Engineers server, that's the Apollodorus. You can learn a lot about Apollodorus. He was a architect, engineer, and builder around the time of Trajan in Rome. Built a lot of the amazing structures from Trajan's reign that are still around for us to enjoy today. So I'm hoping to find someone equally cool to name my little builder after, my little utility vessel. Yeah, this was a much better angle to come back from. Just slide right on in here. And fortunately the ship's a lot lighter this time, so easier to maneuver in. Alright, this is all shut off. And if I look at batteries here, 4 days until that's fully recharged. And right now it only has 528.31 kilowatt hours. So my mining ship is kind of done for a bit until I get reactor up and running. These have zero power and aren't getting any. I literally have enough power coming into the system to just keep it alive. And I still have a long way to go. So let's large cargo, uranium, and just throw all that in here. 16.3K, that should work out fine. And in the meantime, let's start working on these thrusters. Oh wait, I've got these things, all the parts are here, I just need to weld those up. That's for my power switch. As soon as the reactor is online, I'll be setting that up to be able to go between solar power, or sorry, battery power and reactor power, depending on the charge of batteries. Now I can grab these large thrusters. And I have enough platinum to actually get these things done now. And I'm sure I have the gold I need. Pretty sure. Let's go S-Car 3. 272 gold ingots. So I think I have just enough gold to finish this, actually. And then I'll have to go and get more gold. I don't have to keep flying back over there. I can use this ship to pull all of the parts because it's made to be able to go or allow all of my components through. It wouldn't be a very good utility ship if it wasn't. Alright, what's the problem with those? What are you short on? Did I math things wrong? S-Car 3. No. Assembler. So it's not got cobalt or gold or platinum going in for those. But I have all of that. So let's go 200. Let's just put all of the platinum in there because it's all needed. And what else wasn't not getting the gold? Let's just throw all the gold in there. Alright, now do your job. One thruster component. There we go. These all put together, and that'll have my forward, backward, and sides. And then these are my up thrusters back here, and I put my down thrust over here in the front. And these batteries still aren't charged either. I'm just not getting enough power from the solar. I need to throw another solar array out this side, but it's actually going to be blocked by the planet for a good bit of the day as well. So I think I'm just better off going with reactor power for now and making sure I keep uranium stocked. This thing isn't going to have much side thrust. It's covered up and down pretty well. Let's get the rest of those. But side to side, it's going to have issues with, because it's just got the 4 for each side. But I think it'll be fine. I don't need a bunch of sideways flying with ships like this. And I'm in space. If I do need to go sideways, I can just roll over and use the up and down. The side thrusters mainly are just to keep me from drifting. Yeah, I've got everything else welded up on here and ready to go. I didn't put a antenna on here, and I probably should. It doesn't need an ore detector or anything, but I do like to have antennas on everything in case I'm parking it out in the open like I did the Colony 1 here, and it's not where I can see it directly. At some point, I need to do something other than just having everything white, but that does make it show up a lot easier on YouTube for everyone. Because of the way it's always making things darker. Why? Cobalt again. SCAR 3, assembler. Just throw all of the cobalt in there. Why are you not moving any of that? It makes no sense. It should be moving all the things it needs. Wait, I'm out of platinum? I am out of platinum. I thought I had enough to get all of this done, but I guess not. It is what it is. So let's just go ahead and get these all put together as far as I can. I'll get those 3 off of here. Their parts are already being made. And let's just see if we can get most of the other part put together. Should be able to. All I'm missing now are thruster components on these, so I need the platinum for that. I need the silver to finish so I can finish up my reactor. And then I need to get uranium cut down. And I'm just wanting to look in here real quick. What can I make if I had just meat and mushrooms? I can make steak and mushrooms, which sounds good to me. And growing mushrooms isn't too difficult. You just need composter and mushroom farm. Mushrooms, you don't have to find any to get started with. They just need the base organic matter and they grow. And then you can compost the mushrooms and just give yourself a feedback loop of infinite mushrooms. So that's as close to done as I can get any of that now. Let's take those off. Put this on and see what I've got for reactor components. 28 of them. It is very sad. I don't have enough up thrust to take off. I don't have enough down thrust to risk taking off. But I've got all the other directions covered. And I have my utility ship just about done with all of that. Just about. But it looks like, despite having tried to plan everything out to get a full video done, I'm going to be stuck waiting a long time. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and get some of this finished off camera between episodes and call this here. I'll set up the power switch at the beginning of the next episode. More people are watching at the beginning, and they drop off as the episode goes. So doing that at the beginning of the episode is probably better anyway. In any case, if you enjoyed the video today, go ahead and hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more of what I'm getting up to, there's always that subscribe button. Until next time, have a good one.